Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. So first of all, I would like to wish all of you a very happy new year. Today I'm going to be going into a something of a unique session, something of a unique class. I'm going to tell you 5 hacks for the UPSC IAS exam, and these hacks are some very basic tips that if you adopt in your preparation, it will go a long way in helping you and making your preparation much easier. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. This is the new year. We don't want to waste any time. We want to right away go into the action points. So the first action point or the first hack is the fact that you should make notes only topic wise and not of the current affairs or of the newspapers or of the static portion or of different books. So for example, let's say you are studying Lakshmikant or you are studying Sanjeev Verma for economy or you are studying the book of Nitin Singhania for art and culture. I advise you to refrain from to not make the notes from these books, because these books are so condensed. They have so much information that if you start making notes, it will take you a lot of time and you will end up wasting a lot of time. And this I'm telling you by my personal experience, because I also made a lot of notes from Lakshmikant, from Nitin Singhania, which eventually, yes, they are helpful, but they took a lot of time. So instead of putting my time into preparing, understanding, learning the various contents of the static portion, I used to waste time in making notes. So what I would suggest you doing is, unless you are a person who likes to write a lot, who likes to learn by writing, I suggest you that you make notes topic wise, which I did later on in my preparation. What do I mean by topic wise? By topic wise, I mean that you should be making notes one topic by another topic. Let's say for example you are studying Naxalism, so make a 2-3 page notes of Naxalism. First read about Naxalism from different sources, understand the topic of Naxalism, understand the various aspects of nationalism, look at the previous year questions that have come from Naxalism, whether it be mains or whether it be prelims, and then go ahead and make notes about Naxalism. Similarly, let's say you are studying the chapter Precedent in Lakshmikant. Now for that you will not need to make notes. You can directly rely on the Lakshmikant book, or you can directly rely on my notes that I made from Lakshmikant. If you start making notes for Precedent chapter, for every chapter that is given in Lakshmikant, it will take you a lot of time. What you can do is jot down important words, jot down important keywords or facts on the side of the book or in a separate sheet if you want. For example, if you want to remember certain articles, you can put down that according to the way you want to learn them. Similarly, let's say you are studying another topic, rivers in India, and you want to understand and learn what kind of rivers in India, where they flow from, what are the questions that have been asked in the past years on this particular topic of rivers. So what I would suggest you doing is that instead of actually going ahead and making long notes for rivers, just make a short note, list down the major rivers in India, take a map. On that map, actually draw these rivers, from which valleys do they go, from which national parks or forests do they go, from which particular point do they originate and where do they end, what are the major tributaries or distributaries of these rivers. So map down these particular facts. Like you can take a map of India, do it for northeast region specifically, then for south region specifically, then for the west region specifically, central India specifically, separately. So that way these smart and intelligent notes, which are actually based on topics and not based on your traditional way of making notes from newspapers, is one of the biggest hacks of UPSC. Similarly, you don't want to make notes of current affairs. That will take a lot of time, that will waste a lot of time. Just refer to the current affair magazines that are provided by a lot of coaching institutes, which are very good and which are very useful. Alright, so that is what I would rely on. Now let's go ahead and talk about the second hack or the second action point that I want you to focus on, which is the 80-20 rule, or sometimes I also call it the PAE rule, PAEE. So what you want to do is, you don't want to waste majority of your time on subjects from majority of the questions are not coming. In fact, you want to focus on some core subjects, PAEE, PAE subjects, polity. Answer writing is not a subject, but I think it should be something that students should start focusing on and treat it as a subject by itself. Similarly, economy and environment. So these PAE 4 things will end up paying you a lot of dividends or rewards when it comes to UPSC exam, because lot of questions are coming from the prelims from these 3 subjects, polity, environment and economy. Almost 30% of the syllabus or the questions, 30-40% are going to be from here, directly or indirectly. And secondly, when it comes to A, the answer writing, lot of students just focus on learning subjects, learning content, but they don't focus on answer writing specifically. So I would say go ahead and learn the answer writing, because that will help you a lot. So 80-20 rule, 80% of the syllabus is focused on these 20-30% of the subjects or topics, and that is polity, economy and environment. In addition to that, you need to learn answer writing a lot. Now the next thing I'm going to tell you about, the third thing, is going to be a kind of a change from the 80-20 rule to 70-30 rule. And this 70-30 rule specifically applies to UPSC in the sense that 70% of the preparation should be from your static subjects and 30% from your current subjects. Lot of students do one big mistake. A lot of aspirants end up spending most of the time reading current affairs, preparing for current affairs, newspaper में 4-4 घंटे लगा रहे हैं. That is one of the worst ways to prepare for UPSC. Spend more of the time for static subjects. Read your NCERTs properly. Read your books that are there in the syllabus. Let it be Lakshmikant, let it be any other book properly. Don't ask questions like, should I read Spectrum for history, modern history of India, or should I read Bipin Chandra? Read one, revise from another, because both are very much the same, except some facts, some chapters. So your focus should be how to not only complete, but also how to, at the end of the day, learn properly, and that will only come when you master your static subject. So focus on the statics, because that is what is going to drive 70% of your performance in UPSC. Alright? Now the fourth thing that I wanted to tell you about is that competition and completion is a myth in UPSC. A lot of students ask me, sir, I have completed the entire syllabus, but I am still not getting my questions right in previous year questions or my mock test series. Well, that is a very kind of a, I understand that is a confusion that a lot of aspirants have, but that is not the kind of way you should be thinking about it. Completion is never a fact in UPSC. You will always feel you have left something. You will always feel that there is more syllabus to go through. Number one. Number two, you might feel that I have completed, but I am still not getting your questions right. The ones from the previous year questions or from the mock test series. So what is the reason for that? Well, the simple reason for that is that you have not studied properly. That is why you are not getting your questions right. What you need to do is go back to the books, go back to the original text that you are studying, whatever classical textbooks for UPSC you are studying, and you need to read them again. You need to read them from a perspective of previous year questions. What was the context in which these questions were asked? What kind of information they required from you? What kind of analysis they required from you? And then you need to go ahead and actually study it in the sense that you can then solve the questions, and then you will see a huge improvement in your performance. So completion is a big myth in UPSC. Don't focus on completion, focus on understanding, because that will get you through. And the second thing is competition. Competition is also a myth. Completion and competition are myths in UPSC. The competition, all the competition is with yourself, not with anyone else. And the completion also, there is a myth कि syllabus complete हो गया तो obviously now I am, obviously you have made progress, but I am somewhere, I will be able to score good marks. No. Unless you understand facts, unless you practice a lot of previous year questions, both for mains and both for prelims, till then you are not going to be expecting to do well. Alright, so completion and competition is a myth. What you need to do is, beyond completion, you need to understand what you are studying. You need to have a strong grip on what you are studying. Alright, now the fifth thing, the last thing that I wanted to tell you about, which is a very important thing, is previous year questions. This is the biggest hack in UPSC, apart from the first one that I gave you, because a lot of students complete the syllabus, they study very diligently, but alas, they don't do the previous year questions, and they wait till the last moment in the exam. They think they know everything, but both for prelims and for mains, they're not focusing on answer writing, essay writing, and that's where they falter. So what is more important is, you are writing a lot, you are improving your writing. Writing, the content you are writing should improve. The way you are presenting it should improve. Presentation doesn't mean that you have to draw diagrams, you have to underline. Presentation means your content has to be good, and it has to be organized in such a way that it is easier for the examiner to understand, and it conveys the point very well in short amount of time. Okay, so all that I cover in the answer writing book that I have already posted about, because a lot of people, a lot of aspirants are still completely clueless that this is such an important part of the whole process. Alright, so I hope in this new year 2023, these 5 action points, these 5 hacks will help your UPSC preparation take it to the next level, because it is through this particular preparation point that you are going to do a little bit better than the other guy, and that is what is required to clear this exam. Alright, and in the end, I would just like to tell you that new year has begun. Your dreams might be the old dreams, same dreams you had last year, the year before that, but this new year has become, it brings you new opportunities, it will bring you new way of looking at things. It will bring little bit more experience. You might be starting your journey in this new year, so I hope all of you, I first of all wish you all of a very best of luck, but alongside I hope that you diligently do hard work. You don't jump into the race of UPSC just because you want to be a government servant, you just want to be an IS IPS officer. I want you to do this because you have certain motivation to do it from the inside. All right, so that is it all for today. Take care, bye bye, see you very soon. And the answer writing series will continue. I will most likely be posting it on Monday morning, so see you then with the new answer writing challenge that we had promised you. All right, bye bye, take care.